Hey, what's up everyone? This is Nick and today we're doing another collectible review. This is the W Dragon series Spinosaurus. And this is obviously based on the Stan Winston Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. And I'm not the biggest Jurassic Park 3 fan, but I think I probably like it better than the newer movies. And it's like part of the original trilogy, if you want to call it that. And so I don't have a lot of Jurassic Park 3 stuff in my collection, but when I saw this statue, I was absolutely blown away. And now this is a high-end piece, but I still just had to go with it because it just is so gorgeous. And I don't have anything against the dinosaurs in the film. I mean, the Spinosaurus is very intimidating. It's a fantastic design. That's what's great about the Jurassic Park series is they take every dinosaur and they give their own unique spin on it. They all have a very distinct look. So it's not like any other dinosaur interpretation you'll see on National Geographic or Discovery or anything like that. There's something very distinct about a Jurassic Park dinosaur, especially the ones that Stan Winston and his team were involved on. And the Spinosaurus is certainly a memorable one. So I went ahead and I bought this, one, because it was very striking, and I already had the W Dragon series male Tyrannosaurus Rex based on the Lost World Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I was very, very happy with that. I was totally blown away with that one. It exceeded my expectations. And I thought, you know what, this one's probably going to be just as good, if not better, and they're going to look good together because we obviously have the iconic fight between the Spinosaurus and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So this right now is pretty much the only Spinosaurus I have on display, and really in my collection. I did get the Mattel one a little over a year ago, but that one I ended up giving to another collector because there was something about it, it just didn't work for me. It seemed a little bit too toyish. It was one of the better Mattel figures, but it lacked this really interesting, complicated color patterning that I think is very distinct and very important to the Spinosaurus. It's one of the most memorable attributes to it, in my opinion, and I think it's perfectly executed here. This is obviously a very realistic, well-proportioned piece. So, I mean, in Mattel's defense, this is apples to oranges. This is a higher-end piece. That's a more retail oriented piece that's mainly targeted towards children. This is adult collectors. This is meant to be a display piece. It is a statue. I believe it is. See, I heard these are vinyl. To me, they look like they're polystone. So I'm worried that if it like falls, it's gonna shatter. But I think it's just a very hard vinyl. But I don't know. It still kind of scares me. I don't want to put it under anything or next to anything that I think might fall over on top of it. While I have it off its stand, I am going to go ahead and show you the stander for this one. So my one complaint for the Rex was that the stand was kind of plain. I mean, it looks nice and everything, but we don't have any kind of like foliage or anything like that. It would have been nice to have like an overturned log or a little puddle that has the ripple effect in it. Here, I think they definitely listened to that criticism. So we have what you expected, the sculpted in Spinosaurus feet, but then you have all these little smaller dinosaur footprints in there. So it really, really looks nice the way it reflects and catches the light. And I like how there's a lot of variance here. You have I mean, first of all, the mud application on the rocks looks very realistic, and it has darker areas where the ground is probably wetter, and then lighter areas where the ground is probably drier. It's just a really, really great application there, and it has this nice felt underneath, so you can slide it around without causing any damage. This one does not have felt, but it has that cool design, so I guess they both have their pros and cons. Now this Rex you can pick him up and he'll stay on the stand, even though he has the same situation where he has he's in with a peg, a little metal peg. But this one, it's a little bit looser, so if I just picked him up, he would come off the stand. He wouldn't bring the stand with him. So I don't know, maybe that's something they got complaints about. Maybe it broke too easily that way and they changed that, or it could just be a fluke. So let's look at the actual Spinosaurus in detail. And then I want to show you one thing that he came with that really surprised me. There isn't really a packaging to look at. It was pretty much just a cardboard box filled with foam, which surprised me because the Rex did come in a very nice, sleek black box. Oh, look at this. He can stand well on his own on this glass counter. I wouldn't recommend doing that for a prolonged period of time, but I'm going to go ahead and do it since I am standing here reviewing this. So I'm here to catch him if he falls. But let's look at his face. This face is incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. Let's see, I just had it focused and then I screwed it up. I mean, just the eyes, they give that glassy look to the eyes. They look wet. The teeth aren't like that translucent plastic that the Red Boar ones are, so I still think Red Boar does the best teeth, but there's just that nice off-white discoloration to them that I think looks really good. The gums, the tongue look very wet. Just the weathered reddish application to the upper body. The blue is not too shiny, it's just subtle enough. You got the nice kind of tribal looking white paint patterns. I thought everything, the hues of everything were just right, not too dark, not too light, very realistic, not too like in your face on the promo pics. And then I saw somebody's in-hand pictures and I thought the colors looked a little bit too plain, like it didn't look like quite the right shading and quite the right color tones. But having this one in hand and even looking at it under a couple different lighting effects, I think this is 100% accurate to the film. But this sculpt, I mean, this face is 100%. I mean, that is as close as you're going to get sculpt-wise to the Spinosaurus face. And then the rest of the creature is very well sculpted. They have the right amount of bulk. They didn't make it too sleek, too fat. I mean, this is a very muscular creature, very well proportioned like in the film. The tail's not too long. It's just right. Everything has the right amount of thickness and depth and just properly scaled proportions. I love that they gave him that really, really thick baryonyx claw like in the film. I mean, this is just incredible. He's got that nice, the way he reflects the light off of him makes him look wet. Again, just like the film. And even the pose is very nice. This looks like the kind of pose you would see him in the film. I think they did just as good a job with the Rex. Now, there was something about the Rex. I think they did his fingers a little odd, and the face was a little bit too narrow. Overall, it was a fantastic Rex, but I think hands down the most accurate JP Rex we've gotten is the Red Boar plain T-Rex. Now, granted, that was a different Rex. That was the female Rex, not the male Rex. But still, that one, it's like a 9 out of 10 with accuracy. This one is a 10 out of 10 with accuracy. So I think they've definitely improved in just a few months. So absolutely incredible. And the underbelly, nice. It's not even just an off-white. There's a nice wash going on there as well. I mean, this is just mind-boggling. The green in the eyes, I mean, there's so much to take in here. Absolutely incredible. Really, really nice. I mean, geez, all this detailing. And I was wondering about this too. I was like, this prototype looks really nice, but, I'm sure it's going to be nice in person, but is it going to be this nice? And I'm blown away. So the main thing, there were two things that made me go, wow. Well, actually, three things when I opened it up. Number one was the surprise that there wasn't a box, but instead there was this sitting on top of everything, and it was packed in like a black foam. It was that kind of foam that's like shaped like the Spinosaurus, and you lift it out and it's wedged into an insert in the black foam, but it's just a plain cardboard box. So on the top was this. It said W Dragon, and I thought that was the packaging, but then I flipped it over and it's this amazing charcoal sketch, and I believe this is like Crash McGarry, Stan Winston kind of stuff. It looks so close to the kind of concept art they did for the films. This kind of looks like the kind of thing you would see on like the engine packet from the one that Roland was holding, how they all had a sketch of the dinosaurs in kind of a running profile image like that. I mean, just this alone is incredible. I need to frame this. I mean, it's printed on very, very nice photo quality paper as well. Absolutely incredible. I wish they did one for the Rex. That would have been awesome to put these side by side. But this is great, and I have a spot for this on my wall. I have the one they did of the Stegosaurus for the Lost World that officially was released for the film. So keep in mind, this is unofficial merchandise. So it's amazing that this looks so accurate that they were able to get away with it, especially including this image, which I do think either is a image from Winston Studios or is something heavily inspired by it. But this is going to look really nice to the official ones I have up on my wall. And I'll do an updated collection tour in the future where we can look at this. So the second thing I went wow to was the base, which we already talked about. And the third thing that made me just like audibly gasp, I mean, and just go, whoa. And I never do this. I mean, especially when there aren't other people around and I'm in the room by myself. I don't like talk to myself or anything. But I seriously gasped and was just like, wow, at the size of this thing. And it's so appropriate because, I mean, this creature was known in the films for being larger than the Rex and being able to take it down. Look at it compared next to the Rex. Look at this, side by side, real close to each other. Look how large it is. So we're going to move it forward. Just absolutely incredible. It's longer, it's taller, it's thicker, and it's actually, I believe it's like $20 or $30 cheaper, which is interesting. So absolutely incredible. They look so good going head to head. I mean, just look at that. Absolutely incredible. If you cannot pick up, if you can only get one from this set, because keep in mind I think they also did the Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex, and they don't call them that because they don't officially have the rights, but they look exactly like them. They're probably the most detailed interpretations you can get. Personally, if I could only get one, I would get the Spinosaurus because it seems like the best value. And also, I think it's the best one, hands down. If you could only get two, I would get these two because they make a very sharp, iconic display that is, again, from that original trilogy. And this is just such a iconic, while polarizing and pretty frustrating scene, but it's just so cool looking. I mean, absolutely incredible. I mean, wow. I mean, I knew it was going to be a little bit bigger than the Rex, but since it was cheaper, I was like, it's probably just going to be the sale that makes it bigger. I mean, it's probably going to look a little bit bigger, but it's not exactly going to be in scale. But I mean, I just can't get over that. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, this is probably the greatest piece of unofficial Jurassic Park merchandise that I own in my dinosaur collection. So if you haven't already, please take advantage of the deals that are out there with these on eBay. It's an import. You're going to get it from China or Japan. But yeah, I mean, just type in W-Dragon Spinosaurus. That's all you need. W-Dragon Spinosaurus. Because I know after I posted that Rex for months, people were still commenting saying, where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? And I said it a couple times in the video, and I showed the packaging and, you know, what it was called and everything. But don't miss out. Don't miss out. Absolutely incredible. I think these are going to be really sought after later on, and I think people will definitely regret it. So if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys around. Bye.